Welcome to the SCORE Business Showcase. I'm your host, Steve Geyer, and my co-host is Marianne Coche. And today, all right, we have our guest with us is Frantz Merise, and he's with Multi-Tech Systems. He's been in business since 2006. And by the way, SCORE has been around for quite some time. We give free mentoring, all right, to businesses, advertising, and also other things that they might have questions on as far as helping businesses out there. But we're here once again with Frantz Merise. And our first question, Frantz, is what does IT actually stand for? You're in the IT business. What does it stand for?
It refers to anything related to computing technology, such as networking, hardware, software, the internet, or people that work with these technologies.
Okay.
So how did you get into the IT industry? How did you get involved with that, Frantz?
Okay. I studied 5 years in college to become a CPA. And when computer come into existence, at that time it used to be called XT, computer from IBM. And one of my brother-in-law that was working for IBM, I had one. He gave it to me because he didn't know what to do with it. Since I knew a little bit electronics, fixing TV and radio, when I get home with the computer and I happen to open it, because I like to see what makes things work. That's me. Then I open it and I see all inside of it was electronics. And I say, wow, that's interesting. And there's a few books that came with it. And I started to look at the books, try to execute certain things. Since I was in accounting, and I see that with this machine, I can compute adding, divisions and everything, and save information. And I say, wow, that thing might become very interesting in business one day. That's where my love for computer starts. Then I go through all the books, GW Basic, and learn a little bit of programming out of it. And I get to love it. And I say, I'm going to switch from accounting to computers. And if I may add, my very first business place that I actually, after a year that I've been using it, there was that lady, she has a realty business. And I installed 2 computers for her that she bought brand new. And that's when I made, actually, I remember $60 for my payment. That was nothing at that time, but that was big money too. And I say, wow, I can make money out of this. That's where my love for computer again developed.
Now, what do you like best about what you do?
What I like best about it is, it's when you find a computer that's really causing you trouble and it says that I am not going to work. And I'm telling the computer, I'll make you work. And after so many things that you've done based on what you know, and finally you find that you make it work. That's one thing. The second thing is, when you're in IT, you have some kind of security with yourself. Once you do a good job, what you learn it good, you apply it good, you feel that you have some sense of they need you. They're not going to let you go because you're providing good business, good job, good work to a company. You feel important. That's what I love about it.
Frantz, would you say that this type of business is going to be around for a while, the need for it?
Definitely. Because let me put it very simple with an illustration. Suppose a company decide to go out of business. Who do you think is the last person they're gonna let go? The IT person. Because they need all their information even though they go out of business. So the IT person will be the last one to go in order to put everything on a disk. So in that case, when you look at it, this IT will be there for a very, very long time. And it's growing from year to year. It will be there for a long time, definitely, to answer the question.
Now, how do you actually help a company?
I help a company to feel not only very secure with their information and data, because I put my heart into what I do, and I put my knowledge into it as well. So when I go to work for a company or do any IT work for them, I really give them the best of myself. And that's why most of the time, I get clients just by word of mouth because I do a very good job. It is true that there are other ones better than me, but I do the best that I can. And if I have to do research in order to make my work perfect, I do that in order to give the company a very good, reliable IT services at their place.
You mentioned a company feeling secure and about security. What is cybersecurity, and should a company be concerned about it?
Okay. Actually, cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, and also network and data malicious attacks. So yes, a company should worry about it because they might have a lot of data in their server, and a hacker can just go in right now and erase everything. If they don't have a good security in their computer, anyone can access that computer and delete a lot of different things. That could cause that company not only to spend a lot of money to get them back, but as well, it can cause a lot of employees to lose their job. So that's why, yes, it is of concern for a company. So that's why they always in the need of a very good IT person.
You know, that sounds pretty interesting there, Franz. Sounds like you're reputable and that these companies stick with you. So what type of successes have you had in your company?
The success that yes, not only because I do a very good job to the best of myself and I'm always reliable with them. If they have a problem, they call me. I'm right there in minutes. And I tell them if I'm far away, I tell them how long I'm going to be there. And I do my best to be on time, to make everything runs smoothly.
What would you say are some of the challenges being a business owner that you've had, and how did you overcome them?
Well, the challenges sometimes that I used to have, because certain program, more specifically, let me note one. If I take Outlook, Outlook is a very, very, very sensitive program. It has a certain limit of data that it can hold. And if Outlook crash, it's not easy to fix it. It's very tough to fix. But figure out that the employee, she wants to work. She wants to do her job, and she cannot retrieve her email. At that time, what is she going to do? To protect herself, not looking that she's not working, she's going to go to the boss and say, I can't work because I cannot pull my email. So what happened? The boss is going to come to me, Frantz, what's the problem? How come you cannot have the email working? It's a challenge. So I always tell them exactly the way things are and tell them the reason why it happens. and even pull sometimes information to show them, here's the reason why it's not working yet. Allow me this amount of time to make it work. And I assure you that it will be working. That's a challenge most of the time that I find.
Now, today, as far as companies are concerned, do you see any changing or changes that are going on as far as IT is concerned? Any changes for the future?
Yeah. Over the years, technology has changed our world and daily lives. Technology has created amazing tools and resources, putting useful information at your fingertips. So modern technology has paved the way for multifunctional devices like the smartwatch and the smartphone. So computers are increasingly faster, more portable, and higher powered than ever before. So with all these revolutions, technology has also made our lives easier, faster, better, and more fun. So meaning that with all these things going on, there are a lot of changes. And it happens, I would say sometimes every 6 months. You have certain company, they build that phone, you buy the phone for the best today, give it 6 months, they come up with another one. Another 6 months, they come with another one. They're telling you this is the best. And at the time you bought the one you had, you thought it was the best. Same as computer. You buy a computer now, they tell you this is the fastest computer. Give it another 6 months. It's the slowest computer. So they don't do it just to really take your money. But for the question that you asked me, they do that in order to make your life easier with the advancement of technology, because the computer that you have may not be compatible with the new Windows that come out. It may not be compatible with new programs that come out. So you have to update and upgrade. So these are the changes.
So it sounds like you have to go through a lot of continued education.
That's exactly my situation. When you are in that field, you never stop learning. You never stop paying money to school. New Windows come out. It's like I consider Yukon as my second house. New window come out, I always have a $600 to pay to take classes for the new window. New Microsoft Office, I have to pay. Never stop learning, never spending money. But the fact is it's necessary, because if now it is Windows XP, just an example, and then Windows 7 come out, and a client called me for their computer problem, I can tell the client that I don't know Windows 7. I have to know Windows 7. So I'm always on top of the learning and the spending money to learn new technology.
You know, that's funny, because a person asked me one time to help fix their computer, and I really don't have the edge on computers like you do, but I offered my help. So I went over to their house, and all I had to do was plug in the computer. and now they were able to fix it. So that was an easy fix there for them.
That's right.
So
it happens to me several times.
Right? We don't know what we don't know when people are new to computers. So
Exactly.
Frantz,
Yes.
with all the advances in technology and all the continued education that you have to keep up on, what would you say is a good place to start? What would you recommend for someone who is getting into this field?
Okay. I'm going to give them the best advice. When you're in computer, you really have working life in front of you at your hands like this. Because this is something that's growing. It's not going down. Here's the best way to do it. The field is huge. You never stop learning. The first start is take, I would say, A+. Learning how to fix computers. That's the first thing to take. Because as you take A+, now you know how to fix computer. That's where the love for computer will come to you. When you start learning, you see that you're changing parts inside of it, and you even changing the weight you surround, the speed of the computer. When you see these, and computer has something in it that's good that you need to know, that people need to know. You fix a mouse. And now, after you fix the mouse, it's like you say, see, I can fix this. I can fix more. That's the way computer is. Just like they used to say, cigarette is addictive, computer is exactly the same way. You do one thing, it tells you do more, you can do it. And you are pushed to do it. When you do it, you make it work. You feel happy. So the best way to start is by taking A+ first, learning how to fix it, just like I did. So after I take A+, I learn how to fix it. Then I went to school to take programming. But before I took programming, at that time, there was not too many programming in existence. It was C++ that I know. And also Java just came out at that time. So now I'm a full programmer now. But MCSE is the second step after you take A+. MCSE is the one that's going to teach you how to make 2, 3, 4, 5 computers work together, communicate together. That's what you call networking. And that's where your money is. After you take A+, don't stay on it. A+ is it depends on the company and the knowledge that you have in it. It could be like a $60,000 a year job. But if you have the networking, that's when you're talking money. And once you are in networking, they need you. Because now the whole information of the company is in your hand. They have to put their trust in you. They want you, they'll keep you. So to answer the question, these are the steps.
You kind of answered some of my next question, but maybe you can go a little bit further. Why is IT important today?
Why is it important today? Mm-hmm. It is important today because you have data, you have information to secure, to keep. You don't want to lose them. So you have a business, it is good. I mean, it depends the size of the business, of course, because now we can do online the backup of your data and everything. Personally, myself, with my clients, I back up their data online. And I go to their place physically and just spend like a 5-10 minutes. If everything is running pretty good, I make sure that I go there to make sure everything is running good. And then if I have something to fix, of course, it takes me longer, but I don't have to stay. I have contracts. I work on contracts. Whether I went to the place or not, I have a paycheck. So it is important to have an IT person because you know that you rely on him and he will do his best to protect your data from the company.
So it sounds like when you're in charge of someone's data, I mean, it's a big responsibility. And it also sounds like it's a very rewarding for you, right? Because you're not only fixing the problem and developing your skills, but you're helping out a business. You're helping out someone. And it sounds like that's very rewarding for you as you tell us your story. But my question to you is, when do most people seem to contact you? Do they contact you because they want to set it up, or do you get most people calling you because something went wrong and they're in a panic?
Yes, I have both cases come to me sometimes. Some in panic, they call me, and I just do the job for them by resolving their problems. But most of my clients are word of mouth. When I started in 2000, actually, I started in computer in 1985, and developing all my studies. I registered my business in 1980, in 2006, and I started in 2007 working for businesses. That's when I start my own business and giving them, computer services. At that time, it was not as developed as it is today. But companies, I always give them such a good job because I love what I do. And they keep me. So they refer me to other business people like them. So I build my clientele word of mouth. But there are other people other businesses that they call me, I heard about you, and I heard that you're good with this, with that. Can you, I was referred by somebody that talked about you. I had good reference about you. So I just go and fix computers for them as well. And it's a business. There is no way that you will ever not making some money, even if it's not big, but it's small, but you make some money. And that's why it is important as well that I have an insurance, of course, the certificate of insurance that I give to my clients that I have contract with them. And it's covered for over $2 million. In case that I do something, messed up the data and stuff, so I can compensate, the insurance will compensate. So that when you're doing this, if you start now to do networking for companies, you need that certificate of insurance to protect yourself. Did I
Now,
answer the question?
yeah, I think that there's a lot of terms that these companies, or I should say that are out there. Take, for instance, data overload. What is that exactly?
Okay, data overload it occurs when the amount of input to the system exceeds its processing capacity. For example, you have a hard drive that is 100 megabytes, and you're uploading file to it that's 105 megabytes. It can't take it. A hard drive of a computer is like exactly the room where you are sitting right now. There are a certain amount of objects and furniture that you can put in it. If you put too much, what happens? You cannot navigate. So that's what it is, data overload.
Mm-hmm. And there's probably some other terms. Do you have some terms there, Marianne?
Yeah. What are cloud services?
Cloud services, I have my computer, for example. It has a hard drive that can hold my data. And now I'm saying to myself, I have 1 gigabyte space in my hard drive. But for data that I have, I don't think my hard drive is going to handle it. Now you can sign up or pay or pay for cloud space. For example, you have so many, I don't want to mention their names because I'm not advertising for them. But you pay for the cloud space now. You can pay for like 20 gig, 40 gigabyte. And now instead of saving your data directly to your PC, you save it with them. You connect with them over the internet and you save your files there. I can mention one because I work with them. I do a lot of work for them. It's Google Drive, for example. You have Google Drive, and I believe 16 gigabyte, you can pay for it $9 a month. So whatever you have in your computer, you can even upload all your files to their drive. If you need more space, you pay, of course, more money. That's exactly what it is.
You know, I actually use some of those services in photography, where I put my pictures in the cloud and the clients can access them. And I was doing it so much, instead of paying for it, I saw that I could have my own system. So I do now. I have my own system where people can actually go and get the pictures that they're looking for.
Exactly. And now actually it goes way bigger now because personally I am a webmaster. I have 3 medals for that. I mean, actually 2, I'm sorry. As best webmaster. I build my websites now over the internet, and I use a cloud server in order to build the websites.
Now, you know, one of the things that, you know, as far as SCORE is concerned, we help companies as far as marketing is concerned. Also, when they're actually, a lot of the new companies that just, you know, startups, some of them are looking for money. We don't give money, but what we do is we do a business plan for them, help them to navigate those areas and help them. And I'm sure in your business, when you're starting up, some of those things would possibly be useful.
Mhm.
So that's, and it's a free service that we provide, all right, for our clients out there. So it's actually rewarding not only for the mentor, but also for the mentee. And I'm sure you have some things to say about that too, Maria.
Yeah, I mean, SCORE is great because SCORE not only helps businesses survive, because we know that there's a lot of challenges, even now with the current challenges that people are going through, but helps them thrive no matter what stage of business they're in. And as Stephen mentioned, it's a free resource.
Okay, very good. Good to know.
Now, to our businesses that are out there watching, you know, one of the things that we always suggest is business books, personal development to help them navigate the roads of entrepreneurship. And one of them I like to share is The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. And there it gives various ideas and principles as far as helping them now, but also helping them to stay in business.
Mm.
And I know you, Marianne, as a coach, some of the suggestions that you provide, all right, for your business out there, you suggest books also, don't you?
Yeah, I do. There are a lot of business books that are good, helping with all different areas of your business. So I would definitely, go in and read because we all have different, needs at each time. Someone may be
Right.
focusing on marketing, someone may be focusing on sales. So definitely go. It's a great starting point. And then when you need more help to get involved, you can come to SCORE. I think it was a interesting, and I could hear your pride, Frantz, in this session, this episode, and the work that you do.
I'm going to refer a lot of different of my clients to take a visit to SCORE.
Well, we appreciate that. And where they can catch you at is at franzmaurice@gmail.com. And also, I
Yes,
believe your phone number is 203. What's that?
358
Mhm.
7016.
Super. So I'd like to thank you for joining us, Frantz, all right, for this segment of the SCORE Business Showcase. And appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
your journey with us.
Thank you. I just appreciate that too.